February 1959. A group of 9 mountaineers embark on a winter trek into Russia's Ural Mountains. Their destination, a mountain called Otorten, which in the local Mansi language means, "Do not go there."
Among them were 3 experienced engineers, the rest were students. They were all young. I think the oldest was like 37 years old. They had conducted other hard treks to the area. They were all experienced, strong-willed, determined people.
On their 4th night out, bad weather forces the hikers to camp atop an area called Kholat Syakhl, which in Mansi translates to the mountain of the dead.
It was a very inhospitable, very strange, very hard place to be. Snow, cold, freezing winds, and very few living things around. They decided that they would spend the night of February 1st in an open area, not too far away from the top of the mountain. They didn't want to go back to the forest 1.5 kilometers because it would take them too much time and they would lose the day.
10 days later, when the 9 adventurers failed to show up at their destination, military rescue teams search the area. They find the hikers' camp abandoned and a tent that is badly damaged. The investigators determine that the tent has been cut and ripped open from the inside. And the hikers appeared to have fled the area in only socks or bare feet.
This tent had been cut with knives from the interior. It was absolutely obvious that neither animals nor people had approached the tent to break in, meaning that nothing from this earth had approached them.
Something was pushing them to run away without taking any clothing with them, without taking any supplies. They were behaving like they were in a daze, confused.
The investigators follow the trail to the edge of the forest. But what they eventually find is beyond belief.
All 9 hikers died. They were discovered by Soviet troops in various stages of what can only be described as being mutilated. Their bodies were burned, some suffered radiation poisoning. In one case, a hiker's tongue was missing. They had prematurely aged, their skin was orange, their hair had turned gray. What could have explained this?
3 of them had injuries that could be sustained when somebody is hit by a speeding car. Except the injuries were inside. Their ribs were crushed like eggshells. Some of them entered their hearts, but there was no effect on their skin. It was like a force was directed at all of them.
An unknown force had hit the hikers, and it was very selective in hitting only the hikers, leaving untouched the snow, the trees, and everything else around.
The official explanation was that the 9 died from hypothermia. But the chief investigator refused to sign off on the report and instead resigned from the inquiry.
When the investigation was taking place by the local officials, one of the people in charge was removed quite quickly from the very investigation because he was very thorough, and local officials didn't want this to come out.
The authorities did their best to cover the whole thing up,